Adobe Nwosu's earlier memories were filled with the smell of roasted corn and cracking sounds of firewood. Her mother, Mama Ada, as she was popularly called, sold roasted plantain and groundnuts at the local market in Nsukka. Her father fixed bicycles and motorcycles under the shaky zinc shed that leaked during rainy seasons. Adobe was the firstborn of 5 children, and that made her Mama Ada's assistant by default. Every day after school, she would stand beside her mother's small stove, fanning the fire while avoiding the mocking stares of her classmates who passed. "Adobe, your fingers smell like smoke," one girl, Chinwe, shouted one afternoon. "That's true. Every time her uniform used to smell like smoke," another replied in mocking sound. Adobe bit her tongue to stop the tears. "At least I'm helping my family. What are you doing here?" she snapped. But all her classmates busted into laughter as they mocked her even more. But when Chinwe and her friend busted into laughter, Adobe swore that she'd never live like that when she grew up. She swore never to be poor like her parents, and she would provide the best for her life. One evening, as she helped her father fix a broken bicycle chain, she asked, "Papa, why are we even poor?" Her father sighed and wiped his hands with a rag. "We are not poor, my daughter. We are just working hard for a better future. I believe that one day, with our hard work, would live the best life, we'll have enough money. I'll take you out of this environment and would go and, establish ourselves the more." But Adobe didn't believe him. She hated the struggle. She hated pitying looks from richer families. She hated the fact that she had to be the subject of mockery for her classmates each time. So, by the time she turned 18, she made a vow she would escape Nsukka and no one would ever know where she came from. When Adobe left for the University of Lagos, she saw the ticket to her freedom. At first, her parents did not agree that they would train her, but after much persistence by Adobe and how she promised them that she would do her best to train herself, they let her, and she promised that whatever she got, that she was going to send it home so that she could help her parents with her remaining siblings. In school, her roommate Uche came from a very wealthy home and introduced that life to Adobe. She had only seen TV on a shopping mall, or even expensive perfumes and bunches of fancy restaurants. Adobe was so thrilled. She didn't even know that this kind of life existed, and it made her very excited to learn how to easily cope. At first, Adobe felt out of place, but she quickly learned to fake it, as her popular motto became, "Fake it till you make it." She borrowed Uche's expensive clothes, took pictures in expensive restaurants that she couldn't afford, and posted them. Some evenings, she would come out and tell Uche to escort her. They would wear beautiful dresses and use Uche's phone to snap beautiful pictures, of which she would later post. Her followers grew on the internet. People started calling her Slay Queen Ada. "Ada, are you sure you can pay for this drink?" Uche teased one night at the bar. "Relax," Ada said, flipping her wig dramatically. The wig was Uche's own. Rich girls like me don't stress about bills. But the truth was that she hadn't eaten all day because she spent her last 5,000 naira on the taxi fee that brought her to the bar. At the end of the day, she later saw a man that got attracted to her beauty that footed that bill. Over the time, her lies became easier. She even created a fake story about studying abroad for a year, and people believed her. Ada didn't just reinvent herself, she erased her past. This part of her life continued with easy lies and how she grew up from a rich home. One day, it was at a birthday party in Lekki that Adobe's life took another turn. She was at the VIP section, sitting down there and sipping cocktail that she couldn't afford. She was actually looking for who would pay for that bill, when she saw a man, very handsome man, Chike. He was tall, broad-shouldered, and carried himself with confidence. His wristwatch glimmered under the lights, and his shoes looked imported. "Is that seat taken?" he asked, flashing a smile. "Not anymore," she said, crossing her legs. They clicked instantly. Chike spoke about his real estate business and hinted at owning several properties in Lekki and Victoria Island. Adobe was impressed. Finally, she found someone who matched her energy. "Maybe we were meant to be power couples," he joked later that night. Adobe blushed. Power couples don't joke, they build empires. And that was how they clicked that night, and much later on, they grew inseparable. Chike showered Adobe with gifts, watches, perfumes, and expensive dinner dates. He took her to the beach resort and even paid for her to get her hair done at one Lagos top hair salon. Adobe bragged about him online. She would take pictures of those moments with them and tag it. "My man just bought me this bracelet. Can your boyfriend ever?" Her followers adored her and adored their relationship. Some called them Nigerian Jay-Z and Beyonce. She had so much fun and always had beautiful memories she posted online as she made sure she peppered her followers. So people started shouting, "God, I beg, oh, God, where no," as they gushed over their beautiful pictures. Chike spared no expense. He took her out to the best restaurants. He took her out to the best place wherever. So Adobe relaxed and was so happy that she finally found her lucky ATM machine, although started liking Chike. But the red flags started coming out a bit. Chike always paid in cash and avoided using transfers or using his ATMs to pay. He cancelled their plans whenever she suggested visiting his house. "I'm renovating," he always said. "Okay, my house is under some renovations," or he would say, "A friend of mine just came back from the US and he doesn't like when visitors comes in, it makes him shy," or he would always claim that he's out of town. Adobe ignored the signs. She was too invested and fell so deeply in love with Chike and also fantasized too much about the future that she forgot seeing the present. One evening, Chike called her in panic. "Babe, I need your help," he said. "I'm in the middle of a big deal and I need like 500,000 to finalize it. I'll pay you back in 2 days, I promise." Adobe didn't hesitate. She transferred the money immediately, praying to God that the deal would actually be a big progress. As days turned into weeks, Chike didn't pay her back. Instead, he kept asking for more. "Oh, baby, please, I need like 1 million naira. I promise you, when all these things are done, I will pay you back ×2. You know, my bank is frozen, so I need to walk around it and make sure that I get it paid. But trust me, whenever it is done, I'll pay you ASAP." Another time, he collected 700k from her, saying that it is his workers' wages. At first, Adobe told herself that it was temporary. After all, they were working and building their future together. But soon she became broke. She even sold her designer's bag, borrowed money from her friends, and even went as far as getting a huge sum of money from the bank as loan, and even emptied her little saving box her mother had sent her for her siblings' school fees. Chike even stopped answering her call, and this set her in panic. "Hey, this boy has finished me, oh." But wait, he's a rich kid now and he has promised to double it. At least, this money I have loaned, when he doubles it, I'll be a very, very big woman. I've seen how wealthy he is, and he's not a scammer, no. You know, Chike cannot scam me. Desperate, Adobe decided to surprise him at home. She had asked a friend to track his location through his mobile phone. But instead of a mansion, she found herself in Agege, staring at a rundown building. She saw Chike step out, wearing a worn-out slippers and carrying a plastic bag. Her heart dropped. "Chike!" "What are you doing here?" she asked, panicked. "Ha, what are you doing here?" Chike stammered. "What am I doing here?" she shouted. "What are you doing here?" After hours of arguing, Chike admitted the truth. "I'm broke, Adobe. Everything I showed you, I borrowed it or rented it. I needed to impress you. You stole my money. I didn't steal your money. You gave it to me, and I was in need of it." Adobe felt as if the world should open up and swallow her. She was in so much debt. In fact, her debt has accumulated to over 15 million, as the banks were on her neck, her friends were on her neck, her mother was on her neck to also pay her siblings' school fees. The world was quickly turning against Adobe. Adobe was so much in debt that she didn't even know what to do until she felt the whole world turn black. Adobe's secrets were quickly revealed. A former friend of hers leaked her real background online, exposing her lies about her wealthy upbringing. She lost so much followers, clients, and credibility. Broke and ashamed, she returned to Nsukka. Her mother welcomed her with open arms, but the shame lingered. One day, her younger sibling asked, "Did you ever think of us when you were living this fake life?" Adobe couldn't answer, as the shame was too much to bear. Months later, Adobe started a thrift clothing business online. This time, she posted her real struggles, late night packaging, and delivering items by hand, and saving up to expand. She even started showing her real background without using AI to hide it, or going to some place so that she could hide the fact that she was living in a poor background. Slowly, people started to admire her. Chike, on the other hand, was never ahead of till now. The lessons to be learned from this is that Adobe was very ashamed of her background, which led her to live a life of lie. She learned to be honest later on, after things fell apart. We shouldn't always be ashamed of our background, but we should work hard to make sure that we change our stories. Also, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, turn on your notification bell so that whenever we post new videos, you'll be the first to get the notification. Please stay tuned, and more interesting stories are coming your way from this channel. Thank you so much.